Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Unhinged Fangirl with me, Destiny. Oh, wow, I needed that. Um, how y'all doing? Can I be honest? I've been better. I've been better. But we keep pushing and we keep moving on because hey, life's not gonna wait for us. Am I right? Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. That's how I'm doing right now. But besides that, like, let's forget all that. Boy, oh boy, what do I say every week? Do I have so much to talk about? Because I don't think I've talked to you guys in like 2 weeks. So there's a lot to discuss. There's a lot to discuss. But the first thing that I really want to just dive into, um, I don't even know how to start this. Wicked Witch, flip it around. No, sorry. Milo Manheim, flip it around. Wicked Witch. Why am I talking about Milo Manheim right now? Well, let's just say he is one of the things that have made me unhinged this week, mainly because, and I'm pretty sure I've talked about Milo before. I talked about him when I met him back in April, but Milo Manheim was officially announced as Flynn Rider in the live action film Tangled. Over applause. Like, oh my God, guys. If you are even aware of who Milo is, like we have been campaigning for him to be Flynn Rider since the day I've seen him. Since the day I laid my eyes on that man, everybody's like he needs to be Flynn. He needs to be Flynn. He needs to be Flynn. And I think maybe I don't know if I discussed it on here or it was just like with my friends, but like it was between, well, I don't know if it was between. These are the rumors. The rumors were Flynn was between Milo and Charlie Gillespie. I talked about Charlie Gillespie a few episodes ago. I would have been happy with either choice, truly, 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 because I've been wanting and waiting for Charlie's big break. That's okay, baby. We will get you there. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. But Milo, I'm telling you, this is going to be the movie of the year. Actually, 2027, yeah, movie of the year. Movie of the year for sure, for sure, for sure. Because he's perfect for it. He has the charisma, he has the charm, he has the talent, he has the looks, he has the je ne sais quoi. Like, he has it. Whatever he needs, he has it. Like Flynn, he has it. I'm so excited for him to just, oh my God, for him to just shine in this role. Like, you have no idea. You just simply have no idea. So, the minute I found out about that, it was not good. It was not good. And it's not going to be good. Once I get those behind the scene photos, mm-mm, 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 mm. Now, you may be asking, who's playing Rapunzel, Destiny? That's a great question. I don't know. I don't know who that young woman was or is. I've never seen her before. I don't know her singing abilities, but I have seen other people who were up for the role, and I'm like, they were pretty good. So I don't know. I don't know what this young woman is giving, but hopefully she's good. But I know for a fact, Milo, you don't need to worry about Milo. Okay, you don't need to worry about him. But this got me thinking because I'm always thinking ahead. This got me thinking about the press tour for Tangled, which again won't happen until next year, 2027. But then this got my wheels turning, and that made me realize that, like, I love a press tour more than I think a lot of people do. I am the type of fangirl that's like, watching the movie, watching the TV show is not enough. Okay, I need to be submerged. I need to be fully enthralled in whatever they are doing. And a press tour, really, like, that's when the crack starts hitting, if you know what I mean. When there's a press tour involved in something, in a project, in like a rollout of any sorts, oh my God, that's when the psychosis starts to hit. Because the press tour is literally like the second most important thing about a project. Like, obviously, it's the project itself, and then it's the press tour directly under it. Like, it is so important and it is so vital to the fangirl experience because, I mean, that's where you get inside jokes. That's where you get funny quotes. That's where you get literally like more information. You get more lore about things that may have happened during the scenes, the takes, the behind the scenes. Like that's where we get our knowledge from. The press tour is where we get the knowledge from, the interviews. So I mean, a press tour is literally vital, a rollout. Okay, it's also very important on where these people go. Okay, we could do a BuzzFeed puppy interview. We could do a Hot Ones. We could do a Royal Court. We could do so many things. There are so many YouTube shows. There are so many late night spots that we could like. The possibilities are endless in a press tour, and that's what I love about it. Okay, you just never know what's coming next. Okay, yes, we could get a New York Times interview. Yes, we can go on Seth Meyers, but we could be doing anything. Anything. We could be doing little YouTube, not YouTube. We could be doing Instagram and TikTok shorts, okay? I mean, again, the possibilities are endless when it comes to a press tour, and that is the secret sauce. And also, with a press tour, as someone who thrives off like being really up to date in the knowledge that I have about a specific thing, like, oh, when a press tour is really hitting, like it's video after video after video after video, behind the scenes, like documentary, short, like it's never ending. It's never ending. And it's like it's a dream and it's a nightmare all at once, because it's like, yes, I'm so excited to have all this new content to consume, but also I have all this new content to consume in such a short period of time before I'm out of the loop. And I can't be out of the loop. I can't be out of the loop. I can't do it. Like, again, like nothing gets me into psychosis quite like a press tour, which is why like when Hudson and Connor were doing all their like late night post show wrap up like things like Golden Globes, Seth Meyers, Today Show, like I was overwhelmed to the max, but I was having the best time ever. Also, speaking of Seth Meyers, how do we petition for Connor and Hudson to do day drinking with Seth Meyers? How do we do that? I think that could be really I think that could be really fun and educational. Maybe season 2 press tour. I think we can try to figure that one out. Because Connor already went on Seth Meyers. I'm trying to think. Oh, um, Hudson went on Jimmy Fallon. Okay, so I'm thinking double collab with Seth Meyers, day drinking. I think that could be incredible. Leave your thoughts, comments down below. Um, no, and to wrap this all up, I think I'm done talking about Milo because I can't talk about him right now. But honestly, when Hudson and Connor were in New York during their like press run for Heated Rivalry, I I thought the obsession was coming down. I thought I was getting back to normal. I'm like, okay, I'm regulating my body. I'm not like I am still thinking about them day and night, but like it's not in a way that's like clinical. And then that happened, and then all of the content started coming out, and I was like, oh, like oh, I'm still crazy. Like, oh, I still am completely and utterly obsessed with them, and I need updates on them every second of the day. So that was fun. But speaking of Hudson being in New York, I want to talk about his interview on Jimmy Fallon because, like, first of all, that was a perfect late night debut. And one thing about Connor, oh, sorry, oh my God. Sorry, not Connor. I love Connor. Don't get me wrong. We're talking about Hudson right now. In my mind, they are one. But the thing about Connor that I saw a TikTok about, which is so true, I said Connor again. Oh my God. Hudson. I'm talking about Hudson. The thing about Hudson that is makes him so perfect, and I saw a TikTok about this. Hudson is so good at fan service. Like, and by that I'm bringing the K-popification into it right now. Like, fan service is exactly what it's called. Like, you know, fans will ask you to do things or say things or react to certain things, and you know, you're servicing your fans. Hudson does that without even asking. He just knows exactly what people want to see, and he does it flawlessly. He does it flawlessly because let me just break down the things that happened in like this 8-minute interview. First of all, he took a sip of the ginger ale that was next to him. He knows. Okay, he knows. Obviously he knows. He called hockey games the boy aquarium. First of all, how did you figure that out? Who told you that? Who told you that? Okay, so that right there, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, totally. He also had to be censored during the interview, which like we all knew that was probably going to happen because it's Hudson and like he just can't help himself. He put the glasses that he had in his suit jacket pocket on. He put the glasses on. Need I remind you in episode 5 when Ilya's like, keep the glasses on? Okay. Like, there's levels to this stuff. There's levels to here. Okay. We're not even done. He shouted out the Empty Netters podcast, and I had to take out the part where I was talking about Empty Netters in my last episode because my mic was doing weird things and you couldn't hear a word I was saying. So just know that I love those boys with my heart and soul, but he shouted them out literally by name on that damn couch. Okay, cool. He called us freaks. He literally looked into the audience of Jimmy Fallon and he was like, you freaks. Fan service. He also made Jimmy get behind the desk. Okay, this was a perfect late night debut. He made Jimmy get up and get behind the desk. That is like one of the best things you could do on late night to like get the energy going, get the people moving, okay? He got Jimmy from behind the desk. Then he decides to do hockey stretches, which if you've ever seen a hockey player do a stretch like on the ice, you know those stretches go crazy for no reason. There are other ways to like stretch out your hip flexors, but they do it in a very unique way. Okay, and it's looking very suggestive whenever they do it. But he made Jimmy do a hockey stretch. Right. Not only did he show him the position to do it in, then he got up from where the desk was. He went to the middle of the stage just so he could be able to get on some like smooth flooring to actually do the motion of the hockey stretch. Fan service. Like, it's sick. It's sick. And I'm not saying that Connor's not good at fan service, but like Hudson does it in a way that he literally knows exactly what we want to hear. But also, it's not like anyone's forcing him to do that. Like, I think that's just his genuine personality, and he is just made to do that. He's just made for that. So I just don't have any words for him. Again, like I said before, it was a perfect late night debut. Also, Connor was great on Seth Meyers because like he's just so cute and baby and like sweet. But yeah, I don't know. And here's the thing. While I'm talking about heated rivalry, I do have to say something. While I am so happy that people have the opportunity to watch heated rivalry, they're binging it, they're having so much fun. Everybody, there's still people who have not seen it, which I'm like, okay, girl, like what are you doing? But you know, like I said, I even made my friend Casey, I'm like, you're gonna sit down, you're gonna watch this with me. Okay. We dedicated 6 hours to watching it front to back, okay, which was an incredible experience and I wouldn't change it for the world. Okay, great. I am so happy that more people are watching this show. Great. I would be remiss if I didn't say I am jealous of the people who did not have to wait 2 weeks after we didn't even kiss. Do you understand how heartbreaking, how like debilitating it was to be like, episode 2, we didn't even kiss. Episode 3, I don't even see Shane and Ilya. Then another week goes by and then we have to get to episode 4. Like, they don't know about the things we do. They don't know about the I loves you. Like, people do not understand the struggle that was the 2-week period between we didn't even kiss to episode 4. They don't get it. And again, I'm happy that people are watching the show. I'm so happy that people are falling in love with these characters like I am. But also, you guys don't get it. I'm being a little gatekeeper right now. And I can't help it because the psychosis that I was going through, like, yes, there were people who were with me. There were people who were riding with me on Twitter. I was there with you guys. But the people now who can just like go from boom, 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 like, you guys are not understanding the struggle that was we didn't even kiss. And then you get an episode with Scott and Kip, like, that was the biggest gut punch of my life. Not saying I didn't appreciate Scott and Kip at the time. I was just a little upset. And like, I think that 2-week period grew my obsession to a point that where I'm at now, where I'm just like hands up, I can't even do it anymore. But I think that really helped fuel the obsession because, like I said, I hadn't read the books. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was going to happen. I'm like, girl, this is crazy. Like, this is crazy. We didn't even kiss the tuna melts. Like, I was not prepared. So yeah, I do envy everybody who can just speed through 1 through 6 without even waiting. But that's okay. Also, I do have to talk about something else. Shocker. I have to talk about episode 3 of the Quinn series that Hudson and Connor did. Now, I saw a lot of people hating on the series, and I saw a lot of hate towards Quinn and just the story in general. Listen, I understand. Like, yes, it is technically a romantasy. It is technically like a story. It's a short story, if you will. Okay? But can I be honest? We are not here for the story. Yes, the story is an added bonus, but if you're on Quinn.com, Quinn.gov, we're not here for the fucking story. I'm sorry. So all of you people who were having critiques about that, please take that energy and put it somewhere else. Take that energy and put it in fanfic. Like, I don't know, do something different. I don't care. I'm not like, I don't care. At the end of the day, I don't care. But with all that being said, I thought it was fascinating. I thought the story was good. I didn't really care. That's not what I was there for. That's literally not what I was there for. But anyway, with all that being said, I listened to episode 3 when it came out, and tell me why I started crying. I'm crying at a Quinn audio. Like, can we put that into perspective real quick? Like, I don't know. Like, okay, I do know what I was going through, but also, like, I'm crying at a Quinn audio? Like, this is not the time nor the place for that. And I knew that. I was literally like wiping my tears. I'm like, this is crazy. But let me tell you the 2 things that really got me. Okay? Like, there should be no reason why I'm crying, but like, listen to this. So Finn says, I think it's been a while since I listened to it. Finn is Connor's character, I'm pretty sure. Oh, no. Finn is Hudson's character. My bad. Right? I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But Finn says, I realize this is the last time that we will be like this. Because, spoiler alert. if you're interested, so the last episode, they've been in war for 5 years, right? They've been at war, fighting. They finally end the war, and Finn and Dane meet up again, right? And so Finn says, this is the last time I realized that we would be like this. Okay, they're being intimate right now. And I start crying. I'm like, okay, well, why am I doing that? But I don't know, something about that line, I was like, oh, this is sick, because at this point, I'm pretty sure Finn was like, my dad says that I have to get married now to a woman. Right. So he says that. And later, this is actually the part that got me. So after they're doing that thing, they go down to, I think they're like in the kitchen or something. Oh my God, I feel really sick. It says, Dane says, "Do you think you could ever love me again?" Mm-mm. Do you think you could ever love me again? Oh, wow. And then get this. He says, "What was the war for if we can't have freedom?" Girl, girl, girl. What was the war for if we can't have freedom? Like, I literally I paused the audio. I said, we're not doing this right now. We're not doing this right now because are you kidding me? I, no, just like hearing that in my headphones, I was like, this is actually going to be too much for me. This is actually going to be way too much for me because just the thought of someone going through that. Hello, empath alert, like, oh my God, I can't do that. Ooh. So yeah, that was the point that I started getting emotional and I had to do a quick pause, gather myself, and then like finish the audio, which was it was great. Okay, it was awesome. But whatever. It was crazy. I thought it would take a turn to a different I just didn't know how it was gonna end, but highly recommend that. And any hate to Quinn on my timeline will not be tolerated, and I will block you in a second. I will block you in a second because how dare you? How dare you? I've gotten into why I like Quinn. So don't no. No. We're not doing that. All right. Now for what I really came to talk about. I've been talking about my journey with Vanderpump Rules. I've been talking about that a lot. Well, not even a lot because I said that I started it in September and then I finished it like 2 weeks ago at this point. But I finally made it to Scandoval. When I tell you the night that I made it to Scandoval, it was a glorious, glorious night. Obviously, not for Ariana, but the energy that I was feeling, I felt so amped. I felt so pumped up. I literally felt like I had reached Mecca. It was so incredible to finally get to the top of the mountain. I mean, you couldn't stop me. You could not stop me. I was literally all the way up. So I finally got to Scandoval. And like I said, I knew bits and pieces about the scandal itself, but I didn't know a lot of the nitty-gritty details because I didn't have that backstory. I didn't have much context to go off of. And any context that I did have, I kind of just forgot about it at that point because I had been through 10 seasons of hell. But literally, I think that Vanderpump Rules ignited something in me that like I truly don't care about anything. And I don't care about men's feelings in the way that like I guess I used to. And like when men are like awkward and weird and awful, I'm like, I actually don't care. I don't care about you. Like you're trying to talk to me in the club, like literally get away from me. I will give you the dirtiest look and wave you off because I did that the other day. I literally I was I was in this club. This makes it sound so weird, but like I literally was like in a bar, club, whatever. This random man taps me on the shoulder. I gave him the dirtiest look and I said, "Bye." I literally waved bye. And for that, I'm so proud of myself. For that, I'm so proud because I don't care. I don't care anymore. But let's get let's get it. I I have so many notes about this, so I'm going to be looking down a lot. But again, if you're just listening to it, doesn't matter. Just had to preface. I actually will never, ever, ever, ever forgive Tom Sandoval for what he did to Ariana. And I mean that. I will never forgive him. And the fact that oh my gosh, literally season 11 infuriated me in a way that I have never felt. For the first time, one of the first times In the all of 11 seasons, I was on Katie's side the entire time. The entire season, I was like, Katie is the only sane one here right now because I don't understand what these other people are doing. I don't. I don't get it. Like, I will never forgive him for what he did to her. Like, oh my God. And the fact that everybody was just like, it's really good to forgive and you shouldn't be holding all that anger and like you should be trying to reconcile with it. Like, who are you to say that? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you to say that I should be reconciling with someone who literally like ruined my life? Ruined I Oh my God. To put it in perspective, let me try to go through the rundown of things that happened. So, Ariana and Tom were dating for about 9 to 10 years, right? Very committed, okay? They bought a house together. They have pets together. At one point, like a couple seasons ago, Ariana had said that she had froze her eggs, which Ariana is a person who has been very vocal about not wanting to get married and not wanting kids. But she froze her eggs just so she could have the option, maybe one day, doesn't even matter, just to like have that be an option. Okay. Basically, after Ariana had froze her eggs, she was like, hey, Tom, you should probably like, I forget the actual word and I tried to look it up and I'm failing miserably, but she was like, you should put your sperm in my frozen eggs so that they can like be embryos, essentially. Okay. So like it's a committed, serious, monogamous relationship, right? And so buying a house is basically the equivalent of like getting married to Ariana because like she doesn't want to get married. So like that kind of commitment is very big to her. So they both had this mutual friend, Rachel, apparently. Rachel was dating James Kennedy. Okay. James Kennedy, the DJ, she was engaged to James. She broke off the engagement because she's like, oh, I'm just like not really like in love with him anymore or something. I don't even know what the excuse was. But James moves on very quickly. Obviously, this like takes a toll on Rachel. And she's just like, she is going through it. You can see it in the season. But like she doesn't know who she is anymore. And she's just like doing anything and everything. Like she kisses Tom Schwartz, who was Katie's husband. I was about to say fiance, husband. And the one rule, also, I'm not even going to talk about Schwartz right now, but the one rule that Katie had with Tom was like, please don't date anyone or like hook up with anyone in the friend group. What does he go and do? He does that. And also Raquel knows that as well. Like she knows that that was a rule that they had set. And she's like, okay, but what if I made out with Tom Sandoval? Right. Right. Okay. Totally. So Rachel is just like going through this like crazy journey. She obviously like, I think she was like on the borderline of like, I don't even know. Okay. I'm not going to assume. I'm not going to, but basically to sum it all up, Tom sleeps with Rachel. Okay. And the night that they hooked up was the night that, oh my God. Actually, yeah, the night that they hooked up was the night that Ariana's dog died. Like her childhood dog died. Uh-huh. Right. 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 Of course. Of course. Of course. And mind you, during this reunion, which by the way, the season 10 reunion is some of the best television I think you will ever watch in your life. It is so good. Like Ariana, ooh. I mean, obviously they filmed that like 2 weeks after she found out about the whole cheating thing. And he was cheating for 7 months, mind you. 7 months in the relationship. Cool. Um, with Rachel, her best friend. Right. Right. Just so we're all clear. So they had filmed that reunion like 2 weeks after she had found out everything, and you feel that anger just coming off of her. And I'm like, wow, this Now, this is TV. This is reality TV because wow, it was absolutely insane. I mean, it's crazy. But so yeah, after that happens, they're like still living in the same house together, but they're like very separated and they don't interact at all. And it's very awkward. But like they're in like this battle because she doesn't want to just give the house to him because obviously, like, you did this thing, you blew up our lives. I'm not just gonna give you the house that I fell in love with and like have all this like it's just insane. Okay, obviously I'm team Ariana because the hell, what the hell? Um, but during season 10, the group took a trip together except for Katie and Ariana. And even though I don't like Lala in this season because I'll get to Lala in a second, whatever. I'm getting too ahead of myself. Lala said something in an argument with Tom that was so true. It was the realest thing that Lala has ever said in her life. And once she said it, I was like, ooh, I got to write that down. Because she said, I forgot what they were arguing about. What, it doesn't even matter. But Lala said, you isolate, you groom, and you lie. That's all Tom does. You isolate, you groom, and you lie. Because let's break it down for a second. Before Ariana, Tom was in a relationship with Katie Maloney. Okay, they were in a relationship for like 5 years or something. And let it be known that throughout that relationship, Tom also cheated on Katie. But, not even but, as well as Tom cheated on Katie with Ariana. Oh, okay. So the reason that I shouldn't say like the reason that Ariana and Tom got together was because of that, but Tom and Ariana got really close during a time. I think it was right after her dad passed away. So it's like you find these women when they are down and they just feel really bad. You know, they're really like probably in their head. They're going through a lot of stuff. And Tom finds these women and he comforts them, but not in like a friendly, I care about you way. It's very much in a concerning, disgusting, dangerous way because that's how him and Ariana got close. And then after that, they like shared a kiss in Vegas and he lied to he lied to Kristen's face about it multiple times. And then later on down the line, he admitted it. Same thing happens with Rachel. I'm not gonna call her Raquel. Like, same thing happens with Rachel. She breaks off her engagement with James. She's obviously going through a lot. She's in a dark place. She doesn't know what she's doing. She doesn't know who she is. Who comes and sweeps in? Tom Sandoval. To comfort her, to be a friend to her, to be there. Like, it is a disgusting pattern that man has. And you know, I've always said in the past, like, how you get him is how you lose him. And it's never a good sign when you start a relationship with a person cheating. But hey, hindsight's always 2020. But that's always something to keep in mind. Because if he cheated in his other relationship, what makes you think that he's not going to cheat in this one? Because you think he's a changed man? Because you think you can change him? Because you think that you're the one that will just switch up the narrative? Highly unlikely, baby. Highly, highly unlikely. But again, hindsight is 2020. But again, the thing that, like what Lala said, you isolate, you groom, and you lie. And I know those are very like vicious, high stakes accusations. But if we want to lay the facts out, interesting. And let it also be known, and this is one of the most disgusting parts, really. In the season 10 reunion, Tom continually said, we only had sex one time, meaning him and Rachel. We only hooked up once. We only hooked up once, even though the affair was happening for like 7 months. But they only technically hooked up, had sex once. Tom kept that narrative throughout the entire reunion. And he's like, it was only one time. It was only one time, as if that makes it any better. Okay. But Ariana knows. Ariana is smart. And she was like, I know that he coached you. She's talking about Rachel. I know that he coached you on what to say because he coached me at one point on what to say. Interesting. So this whole narrative throughout the entire reunion, just one time, just one time. Cut to the end of the reunion. They cut to Rachel having her like exit interview. Pretty much. Like this is the last interview of the season. And it's like one of the confessional ones. And she starts opening up and being like, and just basically like spewing out the truth because I don't know, she had like this come to Jesus moment. She just wanted to get all of this off her chest. And that was actually the last time that we heard from her because she wasn't in season 11. But she basically admits to like, no, it wasn't just one time. It happened multiple times. It even happened in the house, which he denied. And one time when it happened in the house, it was when obviously Ariana was away for her grandmother's funeral. Yeah, let that sink in. I mean, how disgusting of a person do you have to be to not only just cheat on your girlfriend, but to cheat on your girlfriend with her best friend in your shared home when she is away at her grandmother's funeral? Despicable doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of what Tom Sandoval is. Like, that is the most disgusting thing ever. Ever. Like, how dare you? How dare you? And also, let's not forget that this is not the first time that Tom has cheated on Ariana. Remember, if you know the ancient text of Vanderpump Rules, remember that girl from Vegas that Kristen came. She got that girl from Vegas, and to be like, basically confront Tom at SUR and be like, we had sex, and he's like, no, I didn't. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. I don't even know who you are. That was a lie. That was a lie. I mean, and Ariana was right there, and she's like, I don't want to hear this. Like, I don't. She was at that time. She didn't care. She didn't care. And his excuse this entire time when he was talking about him and Rachel having that affair, he was like, me and Ariana were in a bad place. Like we weren't talking, we weren't being intimate, blah 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 blah. So what was your excuse 4 years ago? If your relationship was so great that you bought a house together, what was your excuse 4 years ago when you cheated on her with Vegas girl? Okay. Okay. And like, I think Ariana, I think this was during the season 10 finale, but Ariana said something like, you're a dangerous person. And everybody was like, whoa, Ariana, that's a big accusation. I don't think she was wrong at all. I don't think she was wrong in saying that at all, because the facts that I just laid out for you, like, you're telling me that's not a dangerous man? Come on now. Come on now. And again, during season 11, everybody was like, Ariana needs to get this anger out. Like, she needs to forgive. She needs to, like, if Ariana wants to be angry, let her be angry. I would be pissed off for the rest of my life. I would be pissed off for the rest of my life if somebody ever did that to me. I can't even think about that. 10 years of my life, you wasted and you ruined. Don't. Oh. I would never forgive him. Ever. Oh my God. And again, people were trying to find the humility in Tom this entire season, this entire wrap up of Vanderpump Rules. They were trying to be like, Sheena Shea specifically. She was like, I saw genuine tears. I saw genuine, like he was being real with him. I saw the best friend that I used to have. Baby, I don't care. Every time she would have that same conversation with Ariana being like, I think he's changed or whatever the hell she was saying. I'm like, what do you think this is going to do? Like, what do you think that this is going to change for her? Nothing. She made her boundaries so clear, and people were people continually just like bulldoze right over her, except for Katie. They were just like, okay, I hear you, but also I'm gonna go take this trip with him, and I'm gonna go hang out with him. I'm gonna have dinner with him, and I'm gonna invite him to my birthday party and all this stuff. It's like Ariana explicitly said, if you associate with my ex, I don't want to be friends with you because I don't want to be associated with him ever again. I don't think that's a tall order to ask for. I don't. I feel like people were trying to make her feel crazy, and I'm like, this is not a crazy request. Again, Katie Maloney, the only one who was like, yeah, absolutely. Like, are you kidding? Are you kidding? And also another thing about Tom Sandoval, when he was on his redemption tour in season 11, it was so interesting to me because people had to explicitly tell him how and why he should be apologizing for X, Y, and Z. Like, he would, let's say him and Lala were in a conversation, and she was like, but you need to apologize for what you did for this, and this. And then he was like, oh, it's like you didn't think about doing that apology yourself. Like, people had to explicitly tell you this is what you should be doing, and then you did it. It's like, oh, you actually didn't mean that. You just wanted to have this redemption arc, but yet you couldn't get there on your own because you don't even know what you need to forgive for. Like, are you kidding me? Every single apology that he made, he had to be told what he should be apologizing for. Like, you didn't come up with that on your own. You didn't feel that one out on your own. Right. And also, just like, both of the Toms are so stupid. Like, so stupid. So stupid. If I ever see those men out in public, I hope I have a tomato so I can throw it at them. Like, truly. And the fact that people were still supporting him and Tom after the affair, like going to the restaurant, going to see Tom Sandoval perform with his band live. Oh my God. Like, oh my God. There's no way that I would be caught dead supporting someone like that. Like, are you kidding? That was disgusting. Like, like, oh my God. And Rachel was on her suing spree because I wrote down Rachel sued Ariana and Tom for revenge porn for what? And her saying that her and Ariana were acquaintances at best. Baby, what kind of redemption arc do you think you're about to get? Acquaintances at best? Girl. And also, let me get my lick in with Lisa Vanderpump as well, because oh my God. I'd heard about, Lisa being a little more, and it's very apparent throughout the seasons actually. Lisa is someone who is very empathetic towards the men on the show. Okay, she gives them a lot of grace. Jax Taylor specifically, so much grace. And yet, when obviously Kristen was, she had it with Sir, she had it with Lisa. She did, she was disrespectful to Lisa at some points, right? And till the very end, she like couldn't let it go. Lisa could not let that go. And yet Jax can say some crazy stuff to Lisa's face, and yet time and time and time and time again, she gives him the benefit of the doubt. For what? For what? And she did the same thing with Tom. Like, yes, she was angry in the beginning. Like, I can't believe you could have done something like this to Ariana. Like, how dare you? How dare you? But yet, she was the one kind of at the forefront of the redemption arc. Mm-mm. Like, no. No. She is the biggest man empathizer I've ever seen. It's actually kind of crazy. It's like I just don't understand. I really don't. I really don't. Like, and I honestly, but I think the thing that I will forever be quoting is one, when Ariana, it was like right after she found out about the scandal, and Tom's in the kitchen. He's like, "Do you need anything?" And she's like, "For you to die." Yeah, she ate with that one. And also, in that same argument, she goes, "I don't give a fuck about fucking Raquel." That right there, iconic. Iconic, iconic line. So, like, and I know that all of this scandal was like, I think like 3 years ago now. And like, Ariana's so over it and like done. Like, she is on to bigger and better things for sure. But like, my heart was absolutely breaking for her because I can't, I simply cannot even put my mental in the space that she could have been in that moment. Like, there's no way. There's no way I could imagine what she went through. There's no way. There's just no way. Wrapping up this season, I, my likeness to Lala was so up and down. Okay. So up and down. When we first found her, when we first saw her, I forgot which season it was, but I was like, no, this girl's got to go. This girl has got to go. She is nothing but trouble. And like, I just don't like her. I don't like her. And then, she made awful comments to Katie and like the rest of the group. It was just like bad. She was the only person she was associated with James Kennedy. I'm like, girl, you are like, no, 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 no. And then I think once she started to get sober, I was like, okay, I like Lala. Okay, she's fun. She's cool. She's keeping it real. I was like really vibing with her. Um and then season 11 happened. And I think the thing with Lala is like, obviously when everything happened with her and Randall and like that whole scandal came out, I think obviously I wasn't around like in the internet culture for that time, but I can assume like the messages and like things that she was getting was like, well, it was kind of like the how you get them is how you lose them. Like, you didn't think about this. Like, you didn't think that someone like you getting knocked up by your sugar daddy was like a good idea. Like, people were probably saying stuff like that and just like dogging her and being like, how could you not see the signs, blah 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 blah, and just like not giving her a lot of grace because like she was really young when all that stuff happened with her and Randall, in the beginning, I should say. But I just think that people weren't giving her a lot of grace. And then she saw what happened to Ariana, and it was a complete 180. Like, people were fully on Ariana's side. She started getting brand deals. She was on Dancing with the Stars. She was, then she went on to Broadway. Her business was picking up. Like, I mean, she was booked and busy in a way that like it was crazy. And I think once Lala saw that, she was like, oh, I didn't get that type of attention. So like, how come, like she says at the end of the show, I think she's like, I've never seen a person get cheated on and act like they were God. So once that narrative started picking up and she was like getting a little snippy and like not really being very supportive of Ariana, it was just kind of like, girl, I don't know. And it's also a thing with Lala. It's like she always wanted to be like, I wouldn't say the star of the situation, but she in her mind thought that what she went through, nobody else could ever, relate to what she had went through, and what she went through was way worse than what Ariana went through. And like, all this stuff. Like, that was the vibe that she was giving me. And I just don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair to compare things, like compare awful things that have happened to you with other people and being like, well, what I went through was way worse. It's like, how do you know that? How do you know that? And so, yeah, this season I really was not vibing with Lala, and I think she was just very jealous, to be honest. And like, I'm not saying that what she went through was fair. I'm just saying that, like, to fully go 180 and just be a really jealous person and not want to, if you are saying that Ariana is your friend, like, you should be supportive. You should be there for her. You should just like support her and not make this situation about you. I don't know. Obviously, I can say that from like an outsider looking in, but like, I was just really annoyed with how she was handling the situation. And also, when her and Randall were going through that, she fully was like, if anybody's associated with Randall, like, I'm not speaking to you, blah, 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 blah. And then when Ariana had those same boundaries, those same requests, she was like, you're being unreasonable. What? What is going on? And that is where I close the chapter that was Vanderpump Rules. And I'm happy about it. I'm really happy that I never have to revisit that ever again. Now, upon my better judgment, I will be starting The Valley soon, which does have Jax on it, which, if you have been keeping up, I hate Jax Taylor. I hate Jax Taylor with a burning passion. Like, oh my God, he's one of the most annoying people on this planet. And his like brief stint when he was in an episode in season 11, I was like, oh my God, I don't miss you on my screen at all. But I do want to see the demise of Jax Taylor. I would like to see that. I really would. And I know him and Brittany are like getting a divorce. So I would like to see that play out. I would like to see him suffer. So I will be tuning into The Valley for that. So with all that being said, I gotta go. I think next week I'll probably talk about people meet on vacation or something like that. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see what happens by then. Who knows? Oh, actually, I can't end this episode without saying that Harry Styles is so back. Harry Styles is so back. We finally got an album announcement, March 6th. Kiss all the time, disco occasionally. And that's all I'm going to say right now. That's all I have to say. That's all I will say, because I can't say more. I can't say more without actually going buck wild insane. And give it a week, he's going to announce his New York City residency. Just wait. Just wait. But yeah, it's about to get serious up in here in a big way. So I gotta figure some things out. Truly, I gotta figure some things out. I gotta shift some funds. I gotta do something. I gotta make it work. I have to make it work because I gotta see my man. I have to see my man. I didn't even talk about Noah Beck. I can't talk about Noah Beck. I gotta go. So with that, I bid you adieu. Bye.